Hey everyone, and welcome to Yoga for BJJ. My name is Ellis. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and I'm a yoga instructor at Yoga for BJJ. And today we're going to talk about the two most important things for the absolute BJJ beginner. Okay, before I go into it, just so you know a little bit about us, we are Yoga for BJJ and we have yoga routines and classes for BJJ practitioners, martial artists and grapplers. We have a website, it's yogaforbjj.net, and we have an app, it's Yoga for BJJ on either of the app stores. Check out our content. We've got loads of free content on YouTube and we've got loads of videos and programs specific for those looking to improve their flexibility and mobility on the mats and improve their movement as a grappler and jiu-jitsu practitioner. If you head over to yogaforbjj.net now and check out any of our subscriptions, you'll get 20% off if you use the code YouTube or follow the link underneath and it'll take you to our website. Okay, so number one of the two most important things for the absolute BJJ beginner is your training schedule. We all need one. We all need to know when we're training. We all need to plan ahead so that we can get consistent and build on that. So the first thing you want to look at when you're looking at your training schedule is your class rota. Go on your academy's website or wherever they have their timetable, take a look, think about classes that you can realistically do. If they have a 6 a.m. class and you're a morning person and you can fit that in your morning and you want to get that box ticked, you want to get training done for the day so you can carry on with your day, get to that class. However, if you are not a morning person and you're guilty of pressing snooze and just laying in all the time, do not aim to get to the 6 a.m. class. Okay, if it doesn't fit and it doesn't work for you, then you're gonna plan to get to that class, you're gonna not go, and then you're building on that habit of not going. So take a look, they might have a 6 p.m. class or a class in the evening, and you might finish work at 4 or 5 o'clock, and you can drive home, and on the way home, pop into training, whack your gi on, and get choked out. That sounds even better. That's gonna fit in with your life and your balance, and you can start to build consistency and attend that class regularly. So once you found a class, the next thing you wanna consider is how often you can train. If you've just started training and you're in your 40s or your 50s, plan to attend class once or twice a week to begin with, see how you feel, and maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and start to see what works for you. Obviously, as we're a bit older, it takes a bit longer to recover. Injuries stick around for a bit longer. What you don't want to aim to do is get to class 6 times a week when you've not been that athletic before and you've not done a sport for a while, and you get injured in that first week and then you can't train for the rest of the month. So you've trained 6 times in that month, but that's 1 week, and then you've done nothing, so you've not been consistent. Whereas if you go once or twice a week for that month, you've trained 8 times and you've trained consistently, and you've been learning the whole time and practicing what you're learning. And then the next month, maybe you can add another class into that and just keep building on that. The same way that if you're in your early 20s and you just started training and you leave class, your arm's hanging off because you haven't tapped early enough, you're probably gonna wake up in the morning with a brand new arm, feeling great and ready to train. Obviously I'm joking, but age is gonna come into that a little bit. Just try and be realistic when you plan your training, because what you don't wanna do is you don't wanna aim to hit 3 or 4 classes and then only get to half of them, because again, you're building on that habit of I'm not gonna go. And then that gets easier and easier, and then that thing that you loved and enjoyed, you're not really managing to get down to. And that is not what we want. We want you guys improving and getting better and better and building on that. Okay, number 2 in the 2 most important things for the absolute BJJ beginner is learn the basics. Bear with me here because I know everyone says that. It's a bit of a cliche, but it's true. Guard, side control, mount, taking someone's back, all the different positions in jiu-jitsu, learn them, learn a few key points within them. So how to keep the position, where to keep your pressure, what grips to take, how they can defend. Learn a few defenses within those positions and ways out, and start to build on that. So learn the fundamentals in those positions, which you'll pick up in your beginners classes. Even if you go to a class and there's a position that you think this is far too detailed for me, try to pick up some concepts from that position and some fundamentals within that technique. You might not remember that technique, but you might remember in that position, you need to block the hip so that they can't escape. You need to fight the underhook so that they can't drive you up, and everything within that. And then the next time you do that technique, you might remember, so I remembered the pressure here, I remembered this, how to collect the up, and all sorts. And then it's just gonna be something you can build on more and more. And again, your consistency that you've built is going to help you more and more with that. Hopefully that makes a little more sense. There's no point learning some crazy Instagram technique if we don't even know how to pass someone's guard properly or drive our pressure through correctly in a position. And if you watch your coach rolling or the higher grades rolling, you might think, wow, that is crazy, that's far too technical for me. But if you look, they're still shrimping, they're still bridging and rolling, they're still making space, they're using underhook. But they've learned those fundamentals early before they've learned those advanced techniques, and that's what's important, and that's what you're going to get good at. You're going to get good at practicing those techniques, getting the reps in, learning those basics, and building on them from there. So attend your beginners classes, get involved, get consistent, and you're going to start to improve. I really hope this did help. If it did, leave me a comment. If there's anything you think I've missed, please leave me a comment. We love discussions here. Hit like on the video as well. Consider subscribing to our channel. And again, as I said, head over to www.yogaforbjj.net and enter code YouTube, and you're going to get 20% off any of our subscriptions. Thanks for watching, guys.